Welcome to Wishlist, the Art of Social Conscience, a series of talks, films, and performances with artists who use their creative platform to highlight social issues. For this edition, we are honored to welcome the award-winning spoken word artist Samira Saleh. She led a discussion on the deeper motivations that fuel her poetic craft. Her presentation also included a screening of the 2010 film Louder Than a Bomb, directed by John Siskel. Thank you so much.
This specific story, Louder Than a Bomb, inspired me so much because I watched this film after I went to San Francisco and saw this organization called Youth Speaks host their annual national competition called Brave New Voices. And it's very similar to what we see in Louder Than a Bomb. High school teams that form with coaches and that then travel to this one city in America where they can perform in front of huge crowds. So to go there and see it firsthand and see how people empower themselves through spoken word was something that I just, after seeing it, I never forgot.
The personal experiences that I have used to create my art has been everything since I was born. Especially in high school when I started, there were no spaces for people like me to speak their mind and speak their truth to power.
What do you mean with people like me?
Visible Muslim women of color, people that weren't neutral, I guess. People whose whole existence or being was political.
What initially motivated me to use my creative platform to highlight social issues was spoken word and how I was first introduced to it. So seeing videos of spoken word artists online, mostly from America, where it was very common and not unusual at all for people to talk about their queerness or about racism or discrimination. And that was the first time, I think, for me that I felt like I could use something as accessible as spoken word to then talk about my feelings and my emotions and to allow them to be political.
This poem is for the love of my life. Food. When I see you sitting there, hot and freshly baked, chocolate-covered lava cake, I wonder why you're not in my stomach already. If you ask me if I'm hungry, I'll reply, always. Men lose weight and get the proteins out. Women lose weight and put a lock on the kitchen cabinets, fridge, drawers with all the cutlery, and pantry with all the cookies, because our diet won't involve us eating anyway. Some time ago, it was made clear to us that our personality traits and talents didn't matter much if it didn't come with a perfect body.
I think it's my duty to reflect society and how I present myself and how I feel as a human being in this society. So that's definitely reflected in my work. If others don't, then I don't blame them, of course. But for me, I definitely believe that it's my duty to speak on these things. In the beginning, when I started writing my poetry, I was very much aware that everything that I was talking about were very sensitive topics to me and made me very, very vulnerable. So in the beginning, initially, I was very afraid getting on stage, visiting an open mic and talking about whatever I was going through at the time. But I think visiting open mics frequently and especially watching videos of artists online talking about stuff that they felt very passionate about and opening themselves up empowered me and gave me the confidence to do the same. That felt really liberating.
I don't subscribe to your European standards of beauty. I try and decolonize my views on beauty every time I bathe myself in self-loathing when the mainstream chain stores don't carry my clothing sizes. I am standing face to face with myself. I am making a deal with myself to do the things that terrifies me, to not stand still, to keep sane, to breathe. But for now, I need to jump. I have no choice but to jump out of my comfort zone and make myself uncomfortable and gain unimagined and incredible experiences that are just on the other side of my comfort zone. Thank you.